Welcome to Everything Guns.
First up, we got some use of force reviews. This segment brought to you by Misty Made It. For all your craft needs, check out Misty Made It on Instagram and Facebook. Use discount code Clear Creek Shooting or Everything Guns for 10% off your first order. It's pretty good stuff. And that's Misty with an I, M-I-S-T-I. Misty Made It.
Why you always stare at me when you read or saying that? I thought maybe you had it written down, but you like staring
No, I
right
don't
at
have it
me.
written down. I knew this. I do this
Look
for
somewhere
memory.
else.
Oh,
It's
whatever.
weird.
Shut up, man. My gosh.
It's just weird.
Oh, we did have a winner of a shirt. So we did get a response from one of our listeners out of Kentucky.
Good
So,
review.
Yeah, good review.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate it a lot. So that shirt, today is Sunday. We're recording on a Sunday. That shirt should get sent out either on Monday or Tuesday this week. So should be on the way to you pretty quick. So anybody else wants a shirt, send us a review, good or bad, and we'll send you a
Nah,
either
you can get no shirt, no bad review.
That's
bull crap.
They give us some or whatever. Everything Guns or a Clear Creek Shooting, your choice, and we'll send you a shirt.
Good reviews.
Okay, well, let's just jump right into our first use of force case. This one's out of Washington State. This one's actually on national news. I seen it, where you had 3 armed, masked men trying to break into a home. They were announcing themselves as Seattle police as they were trying to kick the door down. The guy had I guess, some type of doorbell camera where he could actually see who was out there. Which
This
is
was in the Tacoma area, though, right?
yeah,
Which
just
made
right outside
it
of
weird that
Seattle.
they were yet in Seattle police.
Well, I mean, they weren't the most brilliant
Yeah.
3 guys I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, they get up to the door, they yell Seattle police, and start trying to kick in the door.
I think one guy actually started to get the door open. And
Yeah,
the guy
they were,
started
they
shooting.
were kicking it pretty hard.
The homeowner shoots through the door, causing the men to run. Last I seen, the suspects were still at large. Homeowner luckily was not charged.
Yeah. Let's talk about what he did right.
Well, what he did right, I mean, he was prepared.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think it was a couple conflicting things. I think one news report said it was around 2 a.m. and another one said 4 a.m. Regardless, it was early in the morning. Early in the morning.
You had a camera. That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
had a
That way
camera.
you don't have to open your door at that point. You don't have to look out a window. You got your camera. You can see who's out there.
I don't know if he reinforced his door or not, but it looked like he might have, which is also good because the guys were having a lot of trouble kicking it in.
Yeah. So, all right. So, camera, he was prepared, had a weapon nearby that he was able to get to.
Yep.
All right. Anything else that he did right? I don't know if he called the police when they were kicking it in. Not a lot of time there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd
So
probably
probably
not. Probably
not.
wait till after they ran off before he called
Yeah.
the police. But
Had to put all them bullets through the door.
yeah. I don't know how many times he shot, but he put quite a few through the door. I don't, doesn't look
It
like
was
he
3 or
hit any
4.
of them
Yeah.
because I don't guess any of them went to the hospital,
Right.
so it didn't look like he hit anybody. So I am a bit apprehensive to say everything was perfect because where did those bullets end up?
Well, that's the problem, right? I mean, that's the issue. I looked through. We're in Alabama where we doing the podcast, and I was looking last night, trying to see what the law says in Alabama concerning shooting through a door like that. And it's not really anything spelled directly out, but it does. And we're responsible for where our bullets go. So if we were to shoot through the door like that, and it was to go across the street and hit somebody else, we're responsible for that.
Yeah,
for
but
that
not
one.
necessarily. I think there's been court cases talking about for if it's reasonable use of force. I mean, even if you hit somebody, you're not going to be charged.
Yeah. I don't
if-
know.
If you're
Yeah.
trying to defend yourself.
Well, I got no issue with the guy shooting through the door when he could plainly see that it was not the police and it was somebody trying to break into his house. I don't think you got to wait for him to actually break in to start shooting them.
No, I agree. Luckily, it wasn't the police. Now, I think if you don't have a doorbell camera where you don't know who it is, and you got people outside yelling police,
Yeah, you got to.
then it might be a little bit more of an issue
confirm. You better dang
when you're
confirm
trying to
who
shoot
it
through the
is.
door.
Yeah.
Now, those have happened before. Where you
Well, that's
had
those. Yeah,
no knock warrants
No
that
knock
get
warrants
served,
where-
and people.
where they yell police and then 2 seconds later they're kicking in your door.
Yeah, where you might not even hear the part of them yelling police. You just hear your door getting kicked
Yeah,
in.
that's one thing Branko was talking about, that they need to change that to where
Yeah, there should be.
that's not really a no-knock warrant where you yell police and then seconds later you're kicking
Well,
in.
I don't. To me, there's no reason to be knocking
But-
at people's doors in the middle of the night. They're going to have to come out. You can arrest them when they come out. If
Yeah.
you wanted to stake them out, there's no reason for that.
So back to this guy. He's not been charged.
No, good.
He did good. He didn't allow people into his house.
And these guys were armed, so
Right.
they had bad intentions. So he could
Yeah, it took a couple rounds for them to actually pick up on the fact that they were being shot at. And once they figured that out, they got out of there quick.
I'd say if you look it up on the internet, it's on the internet. You can find the video of it. You're right, those guys. But once they figured out what was going on, they
they're
took
gone.
off pretty quick.
So,
Yeah,
and
good job on that.
without him having a gun, they come on in
Yeah,
and they do
absolutely.
whatever the crap they want.
Absolutely. Yeah, there was no
So-
way the police was going to have time to get there before they did what they needed.
Oh no, not at all.
Next
So-
case is that all you got for that one? That's all I got
Yeah,
for that
no,
one. Good-
I
good
thought it was a
on
good
that
job on his part,
Yeah.
being ready, having things to see outside, and good on his part.
guy. Next case is out of Arkansas. So we got, and I think we've talked about something like similar to this one before. I looked it up. I couldn't find anything in my notes. This was one we've done before, but it's a pregnant woman.
Maybe it was in that book your dog chewed up.
Yeah, I looked in there too. Pregnant woman shoots a robber. So basically, you got a family that's on a shopping trip. A robber come up behind him, tackled the husband, and punched him. The wife and the kids were in the car. The robber jumped into the car and punched the woman, but she was able to retrieve a gun and shoot the robber. I think killing him. I think he ended up dying. So
Yeah, we did one like this one in a parking garage before.
yeah,
But yeah.
But I mean, I wanted to bring it up again because, I've had this conversation with my wife before too about if she asks her when we're going
Yeah,
places
both
if she's
can.
carrying, and sometimes she'll say, "No, I know you have yours."
Yeah.
But here's a case where the guy was incapacitated and she had to use her firearm.
Yeah, I could see you getting incapacitated pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
That was one thing I was thinking about this case is this guy, not to down him, but you've got to be aware of your surroundings. You
Right.
shouldn't let somebody run up behind you and tackle you.
Well, he was he wasn't
Probably
aware.
preoccupied with his family and whatever
Yeah.
they got, but you got to,
What was he doing before he got attacked? Did it say?
they were there close to the car, so I'm sure they was probably loading
Just-
up the car,
okay.
probably putting kids in the car.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
So he's not on high alert, and then
No,
somebody
but
come up on him, which he should have been. You
should
need
have
to,
been.
yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know if people are still aware of who Jeff Cooper is and his color codes of awareness.
Yeah.
But yellow in the awareness level of yellow, where you should be, observant of your
sounds
surroundings.
like
and
this
what's
guy was
going
in
on.
white.
Yeah, it sounded like he was in white.
He felt
just-
pretty comfortable, and
Luckily, the wife had a gun, or you don't know what would have happened.
yeah, good on her part.
I mean, he'd already punched the guy and punched her, so it was
Yeah.
definitely going to get more physical. So
Good
job
that she
on
had the gun accessible and was able to get to it and able to use it. So
Yep.
I
yeah,
assume nobody's being charged there. And you said
No.
the guy died.
yeah, look, the guy died. No charges filed.
He won't be doing that again.
No, he will not. It's,
Good on
it's
her
also,
part.
Also a good argument, and we always talked about it in our classes. If you're going to go to the trouble to get your concealed carry license, carry. Make sure you carry your gun.
Yeah.
I always say the biggest mistake concealed carry holders make is they don't carry.
Right. Yeah. If you're going to carry everywhere. I mean,
get
there's
some-
times you just run out to the
and
store
train
and you
with
think,
it.
don't. I'm not going to carry it here. Nothing's going to happen. But you don't know when something's going to happen. So
Yeah, and don't just buy a gun and expect to be able to use it when you need it. You need to go out and practice with it. But anyway, so we'll jump on that bandwagon.
no, it's
Is it bandwagon?
it's bandwagon
Yeah, I want to jump on that. All right. So the next
or high horse.
Yeah, I don't know. It ain't high horse.
Or it could be
You're
a
an
high
idiot.
horse. You be on a
Whatever.
high horse.
All right. So the next case is out of San
Big
Antonio.
old tall horse.
San Antonio. So this is out of Texas. A man heard someone breaking into his car. And this is another one early in the morning, 2 a.m. He went out to investigate. Immediately, when he yelled at the burglar, and the burglar turned and fired on him, injuring him. So apparently, just
Oh,
looked
crap.
like I think it just grazed him. And he returned fire. And fire? he started shooting
He shot him back.
He shot back.
Yeah.
And the suspect fled. So, good job on his part having a gun ready.
Yeah.
In Texas, you are able to use lethal force to protect property.
Well, I mean,
you can't
you
do
can-
that in any other
Well,
state.
at
but
this point, he was not even protecting property.
No,
he was
I agree. He
protecting
was
himself.
protecting
'Cause I can
himself.
walk out if somebody's.
yes,
I can
absolutely.
walk out with my gun in my
Absolutely.
hand, whether, and I don't. What am I trying to say here? Whether or not I want to use it or not,
Yeah.
I can walk out on my front yard if somebody's trying to steal my car with my gun.
Yeah, you can't just shoot them though.
Yeah, I can't shoot him.
Unless
Just
you-
shoot him for stealing it. But
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
this guy, he walks out. Guy shoots at him. Now he's in a self-defense
Yeah,
situation.
this wasn't a protecting of property issue. This was a protecting him from himself.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he'd have walked out without a gun, and yelled at the guy would have kept shooting at him.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. So good job on his part. He did get shot at first. He did get injured, so, maybe, again, calling the police if you see somebody messing with your vehicle. I understand yelling at the guy, but have some
maybe
cover.
Better ways to do
maybe
it.
have some cover.
Well, some cameras
Yeah.
would be good. Maybe, I don't know how you can just maybe yell at them from somewhere else. Hey, you're on video.
I think the biggest thing is just having some cover. So if you're going to yell at somebody that's out there, just be
Yeah, don't just walk out in the middle of the yard.
Because the guy had to turn it. It's not like he was pointing at him when he came out, so he had to point it at him. So you got to be able to get behind covers at some point. So other than that, he was able to fire back. So good job. I don't know if they found this guy, the suspect, or not. When I started trying to look up more information on San Antonio, someone breaking into his car, there was so many reports of this happening. So apparently this was one of a back-to-back nights where people were doing this. So there's apparently a big crime spree going on in that area as well as some other areas. But so it's always good to be prepared for these type of events.
That's nice.
Yeah. That's all the use of force cases I get.
Well, apparently out of all of them, I think they all did well.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't see anything wrong other than not getting into finding some cover or.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at them
one
all,
guy was surprised, but
the Arkansas
they responded
one,
well.
I think the Arkansas one, the husband probably needed to do a better job of being aware of his surroundings. Let one parent get the kids in the car while the other parent, pays attention.
Yeah,
to what's
it's hard to stay alert all the time, but we need to stay alert all the time. Yeah.
The San Antonio one I thought was a good job there. He just needed to be a little bit more aware of his surroundings and have some cover.
Yep.
Not a lot to say about the Washington State one. The guy, somebody trying to break into your house.
No, I thought he did good. I thought it was good. Just, not waiting until they get in, and you still got to be careful where your bullets go. But I wouldn't want to wait for them to get through the door, then start having to deal with it either.
No, I wouldn't either. Not with them all having, because you could see on the camera they all had guns.
Yep.
So then you're in a big gun battle at that point. All right, let's just jump right into our next segment around some gun reviews that we've got. I'll let you go first. You've got one. It's on Gunbroker.
Yeah, I got a gun on Gunbroker. It's a Astra Model 300. It's a small pistol. Let me pull up my notes on it here.
Is it a semi-auto or revolver? What is it?
It's semi-auto.
I hadn't seen it.
It's a little
any
Spanish.
bids on it yet?
No, I've had like 17 people were watching it. No bids yet. I'm not really doing bids. I got a set price.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just waiting for somebody to tell me they're going to give me my set price for it. But it's the Astra Model 300. Manufacturer was it's in Spain. Uniceta Compañía. It's a Spanish name. I could have said Uniceta y Compañía. That's not Spanish.
Don't do that again. Golly.
Well, it was produced in 1943. And then it's a 7.65 millimeter, which is a 32 ACP, 4 3/4 length barrel. It's like our versus one of those
Fixed barrel.
Fixed barrel. Yeah, that.
I like those.
And
They're accurate.
Front side is a blade fixed to the front of the barrel. The rear side is a U-notch. It's integral to the rear of the slide. So it's a small, low profile sight. Mainly good for, pocket carry, that sort of thing, so it doesn't snag. Grips are two-piece checkered wood panels. It's a blued finish. It's pretty neat. So to give you a little history, the gun was developed in 1922 and first produced in Spain. So it was originally developed for the Spanish prison administration.
Why would you give prisoners guns?
Yeah, you're an idiot. And then it was picked up then the public started using it. And then in 1928, the Spanish Navy started using it. In the 30s, Russia, USSR, purchased a small number. The Nazis purchased a small number of them. So it was being used in the war for a lot during World War II.
Where did this gun come from?
I told you, Spain.
What I'm talking about, how did you get it?
That was my father-in-law. Okay. He had it. He got some neat guns.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little gun. It's cool. So, but like I say, here's the one that he has was made in 1943. So it's I haven't shot the thing because
We should have took it out to the range.
yeah,
before
we
shot
should.
it.
I'm trying to sell it. I'd rather just sell it and not go out and blow it up or something.
Yeah, let somebody buys it and blow up. It'd be nice to check it to make sure it functions all right.
So if you want that gun, it's I got it actually priced pretty low. I got it priced for $750.
Oh, that's not bad.
Well, if you go and look online, the cheapest one I found like that one in the shape it's in was $1,000.
Check it out on Gunbroker.
Yeah, so it's out there. It's a neat looking little gun. So if you're looking for some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Something when you collect collectible. Yeah, it'd be a good one to have.
Yeah,
Probably
I
be
can-
pretty good to shoot.
I can do a transfer on it, no problem. To
I think it's
to
got
any
an eight round magazine with it, so it's pretty neat.
go.
Pretty cool little gun.
Like
About
that.
the same size as our Bursos.
Yeah.
About the
The
Bursa
th-
Thunder
Burst-
Pro. The
the
Bursa Thunder
380s.
Pro 380s.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
about that size. So if you're wondering like the James Bond Walther pistol, it's
Yeah.
about that size.
Cool. All right, the one I've got. So every week I get from one of my wholesalers, I get a list of the best selling guns for the week. So last week I got one, and it was the best selling rifle for the week. It was an Smith & Wesson M&P FPC 9mm rifle. And they've come out with a couple of 9mm rifles here recently. This one is a compact folding design. It's a cool looking gun. It's optic ready, integrated recoil buffer system, reversible magazine catch. It's unfolded. It sits at 30 and 3/8 inches long. Folded 16 3/8 inches. Suppressor ready. It's got a flat face trigger. Looks like Smith & Wesson is starting to come out with a bunch of guns with flat face triggers here now. So that's nice compared to their older triggers. It's compatible with the M&P pistol double stack magazines. I don't know if it fits Glock magazines. I know their other 9mm carbine uses Glock magazines, which in their description they didn't really want to say Glock in their Smith & Wesson description, but it did use them. It's got an in-stock magazine storage with a quick release tab system.
Yes,
So-
the couple magazines?
Yeah, holds two
that's
magazines
pretty
in the
neat.
stock, which is pretty cool. Horizontal folding, M-lock slots on the handguard with the Picatinny rail on top. Ships with a 1 17-round mag and two 23-round mags. And it comes with this little carrying bag. And when you fold it up, it fits in the little carrying bag. It's small. I mean, you're talking about 16 3/8 inches folded up. I thought it was a cool looking little gun. It's got an MSRP of $659. I'm gonna put it on my
Oh, that's a nice price.
Well, I'm gonna put it on.
Dang, I didn't realize it's that cheap.
Well, heck, I'm gonna sell it for $589.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a good price on that.
yeah,
nice little
yeah,
carbine.
I'm that's the MSRP
That's
for
cool.
it. I with what I can get it for, I'm gonna price it at $589. So if anybody's interested, but I thought it was just a cool looking gun. I like 9mm rifles just because they're fun to shoot. They're good for if you wanted one for home protection. Not as much recoil as a 223. Not that a 223 has a lot of recoil, but pretty cool looking gun. Check it out if you look it up. The M&P FPC 9mm rifle, Smith & Wesson. I think it's a cool looking gun.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I liked it anyway. So it's pretty cool. So
What else you got?
that's all
Instead of dead silence, it'd be,
Well, I was looking.
I thought you had 2 reviews.
No, I told you I just had one review.
I'm pretty sure you said 2.
Yeah, mine and yours. That's 2.
Oh.
All right, let's move right on to in the news. Start off. So we got a couple good news, one kind of bad news along with that. So New York City just had I guess a judge come out and talk about one of their gun licensing rules were unconstitutional. Apparently, New York City was using moral character as part of their reasoning to either give or deny gun licenses, and that's not constitutional.
It just,
that was
yeah,
correct.
who gets to decide who's moral or not?
Yeah, it's ridiculous that you have to get a license to begin with, but for them to
Right.
make
Yeah.
things like that.
So
that's
then
ridiculous.
somebody gets to decide whether they're
Well, they
more
can turn it
moral
down
than-
for anything.
Well, yeah.
They're checking
Exactly.
people's social media posts. They're doing,
Yeah. I didn't like that post. That's not moral.
yeah, it's not. So that got ruled unconstitutional, but I'm sure it's going to be back. It's like all these other cases. It'll get appealed and go through the court system for over and over and over.
Spend years in the court system, and people have lost their rights for years.
So, so
It's
frustrating.
it shouldn't be allowed to be that way.
Well, we see the same thing in California. So last week, the California assault weapon ban was overturned again as unconstitutional.
It was overturned in our favor at this
It's
point.
overturned in our favor. So
Yeah,
it's
this
saying that
time, after
the
then-
ban was unconstitutional. So
Yeah.
the judge put a stay on it to give the state time to appeal. It got appealed up to the Ninth Circuit, which is,
Liberal corruptness.
I mean, they're 100% on
Yeah.
gun bans.
Yeah.
So a three-panel judges on the Ninth Circuit overruled or extended the stay to indefinite. So they basically made the stay indefinite, which means you keep the status quo, which is the gun ban.
Yeah.
That's the status quo because it's been in effect for so long.
And
So
then
they
you
put an
maybe, yeah.
indefinite stay on it.
Yeah. And people think, well, that's California. It doesn't affect me. But all this stuff affects other states because other states start trying to do the same thing. Colorado does these things. And all these other states jump on board. Hey, well, they can do it. Well, let me go do it now.
Yeah. So it was a 2-1 on the Ninth Circuit. You had one abstention, one guy that was against maintaining the stay. So now it's got to go to the full Ninth Circuit, which is still not going to be any better. They're going to overrule the lower court. So eventually this is going to get to the Supreme Court. But just like we were talking about, this takes years and years.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
this could go on for 10 years before it
Yeah.
ever gets to the Supreme
That's
Court.
the same way with like the
Well, you got the brace. The
brace.
arm, the
That's
brace.
what I was trying to think of. The brace rule.
It's still going through there. You get those FRT triggers.
Yeah.
The force reset triggers are still going
Yep.
through. You got,
And all
You
those
get
stuff, all those things are banned right now.
well, heck, in Colorado, you got the magazine capacity that's been going on since 2000. It's
Four?
been, something like, no, 2013, 10 years.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
It's a long time.
2008, maybe, something like
Long
that. That's
time.
been going on for a long time. And every time it gets ruled unconstitutional, it gets appealed.
And
It
it
has to
still
go back
stays
through
that
the
way.
system again, and it takes
Yep.
years and years for this to go. So, no other right that we have to fight like this for. You don't
Could
hear
you
this for
imagine?
the first or the third or
Could
the
you
fourth
imagine
or
the
the
Fourth
fifth.
Amendment being fought like this?
Goodness gracious!
Now we're putting us down there. They can come in your house anytime they want until we get this through court.
Of course, I say it's not, but you're starting to see more to this around the First Amendment. Some stuff around
Yeah.
the First Amendment too. So you're starting to see some of this happen, but it's
But nothing like the Second Amendment.
No,
right now.
no, it's-
But if we lose the Second Amendment, guess what's going to happen? All the others are done.
well, yeah, you don't really have much.
Because what are
due
you going to do
process.
about it?
And I worry a little bit after this latest mass shooting that you're going to see a lot more of these yellow flag laws, red flag laws start going into place.
Did you say yellow flag laws?
Yeah, there's yellow flags. It gives a little bit not as strict as
Oh,
red
it's
flag law.
bullcrap.
And apparently, every state, the government enacted a law last year. They even
Yeah,
some
our
of them put-
Republicans
yeah, well,
were all
basically
for.
every red state is taking the money. So it means they had to put in place these laws. I mean, Texas took it. I hear people talking about, can you believe Texas took it? Yeah. Texas is not this huge bastion of gun rights.
No, it's not.
And then, of course, they said every red state took it. So it means
Which means
Alabama did as
won.
as
Everybody
well.
loves their federal money. Give me the
so-
money, and then they're
So they're going to enact some of these red flag
That's
laws,
so
yellow
ridiculous.
flag laws. Yeah, the only difference, the yellow flag's just not is. It's
it
stupid.
doesn't infringe on your rights as much.
Yeah, basically is
I'm
what
just
they're
going to
saying.
infringe on your right a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, what's up next?
So got some USPSA news.
Goodness gracious.
it just never stops. When I first started putting the segments together for this, I didn't have anything really for USPSA other than they came out with their new national dates for the different divisions.
Yeah.
And I'll go through those in just a minute. But also in the last board meeting, these great board
Geniuses.
members changed the bylaws to require all board members to take a lie detector test to determine who's leaking information to the Practical Shooter Insight guy.
By January 1st.
Well, that's when it goes into effect, January 1st. 'Cause
Oh, I
if you
thought they
change
had
the
to.
bylaws,
I thought they had to do the
no.
by. Okay.
When you change the bylaws, it doesn't go into effect until the next calendar year. So they couldn't start it immediately. So it can't go into effect until 2024. So in 2024, they're all going to be required to take.
I don't think that's legal.
It's definitely not legal for the people at the organization that are getting paid by the organization.
I don't
know
think
how-
it's legal for volunteer. I don't think you can force people to take a polygraph, and then if they decide not to take polygraph, use that against them. I think.
So stupid,
I
man.
mean, if you go and look at some of the posts they made, just from corporate law and nonprofit laws, and some of these, and way they're out of Maryland. Is that right? Just where they're no, what is it?
Delaware.
Delaware, yeah, Delaware.
Everybody, a lot of people do
Yeah,
stuff out of Delaware.
So incorporate out of Delaware, but maybe they should look at the actual laws before they start making
It's
decisions.
just so stupid.
I don't think you can require people to go and take a polygraph, and then if they won't do it, then just assume that hey, they were not going to tell the truth. I don't think you can do that.
Well, you know, the guys, you already heard saying posts, well, the ones that voted against it, they must be the guilty ones because they voted against it.
Oh,
No,
that's so
whatever.
stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Because they don't want to take a.
Well, it's
Courts don't
dumb.
even allow polygraph tests.
Yeah, it's dumb.
And I don't know how you've got some of these other Leighton and some of these other board members that have.
Leaked information.
Yeah, so how are they going to answer the question? They're going to have to be very specific and ask, did you
The
leak to this
specific-
practical shooter inside?
Or- or-
Scott Brown. What is his name?
Scott Brown. I think.
Scott Brown.
Is it Scott Brown?
Something
Derek-
like that.
Derek Brown?
Derek Brown. Something, yeah, but whatever. They're going to have to be very specific and say that. Otherwise, the other guys can't pass the polygraph
Yeah.
either because they've leaked information and it's been proven. Nothing ever done because it's okay for them to do it. I swear. It's just, there's no way unless if these guys don't quit, get kicked out or something, I'm not renewing back up. I think I've got till March or April before my renewal date.
It still frustrates me, some of the bigger names that don't say anything
Oh,
about
they
it.
don't say a word.
They just, I mean, like they got their head stuck in the sand
Well, they
and
don't-
pretending
they're
nothing
making
is
their-
happening.
as long as they get their money, they don't care.
Well,
What's
they're not
going on.
making money off USPSA. They're making money on their classes
I
to go
know.
shoot competitions. There's competition shooting elsewhere. There's training that they would continue to get paid for, whether or not USPSA is out there or not.
Oh, I agree. You got Ben Staker who got kicked out. He's traveling all over the place doing
Yeah,
classes.
yeah. I don't think he's slowed down at all.
No.
So it frustrates me when people that have a larger voice don't do anything. They just sit there and act like it's not going on. So, yeah. Anything else going on with them that you
I
want
was
to
going
discuss?
to see some dates for the nationals, but it's the same. They got a whole bunch of different nationals again this year. They got the Carry Optics by itself, and it's going to be in June.
That's early. Well, I don't
they did
understand
that
they're not
last
doing
year.
the
I don't know.
nationals
I
at the
don't
end of the
They
year.
ought to do every one of them toward the end of the year and make everybody kind of lean up toward that, and then
Yeah.
do them all together. So you can't have 50, everybody shooting in every division.
Right.
If you want to get more and more people to shoot in these divisions, well, there'll be
Run-
more open slots if
yeah.
you run these things together.
Run your organization better, get more shooters, and then you don't have the same one guy, two guys at the top of every division.
Yeah, they don't care. It's just irritating. And they also, so they're gonna. They also mentioned in their last meeting they're gonna have a top USPSA and Steel Challenge club. So at the end of the year,
I
they're
saw
gonna.
that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
They're gonna get. They're not gonna win anything.
No, they get their name in the.
Name in the magazine or
Magazine or
something,
something,
or
yeah.
on the website. They get something put by them.
Ooh,
And it's basically whoever earns the organization the
Yeah,
most
gets
money.
the organization
It's
the
not
most
the
money.
best.
have
Club,
have,
it's just whoever
have
has the
more
most money.
classifier
Yeah.
fees and
Yeah, it's just
more participation
yeah, it's
fees.
not
and
it's
that
not
sort
the
of thing.
best club.
Yeah.
It's just who gets them the most
Yeah.
money. So, top organization.
Yeah,
I tell you
good
what.
stuff. Yeah, that's a good organization being
I
run
think
well.
I think they went to the NRA class of how to run an organization.
Well, I think NRA runs it better than them, and I don't think NRA does a good job at all.
No.
So
I rejoined with them just so I could go to their show next year.
yeah, I got to at some point.
Yeah, they got a SHOT Show coming up in 3 months.
So good of you.
Looking forward to that. Already got my plane arrangements for Las Vegas. Anyway, so we can move right on. I'm getting close. I do have one update on Daniel Penny. If you remember, we're only 30 minutes into this. I'm about out of stuff to talk about. So Daniel Penny, if everybody recalls, this is the New York subway chokehold case where the guy was on the subway causing issues, yelling at people, having people fear for their safety. He stepped up, put the guy in a chokehold to kind of restrain him, and the guy ended up dying. Now he's been charged with, I think, involuntary manslaughter. I think is what he's been charged with. But he did file for dismissal of the case following some grand jury testimony. Apparently, there was quite a few people there was witnesses in the grand jury that were testifying to the fact that they were scared for their life. That this guy was really making them fear for their safety. So with that, they asked for dismissal. No judgment on that. There's no. His next court appearance is in December.
So they didn't just go ahead and dismiss it?
No, they got to give the prosecutors time to answer the filing. So of course the prosecutor's going to be against it. It's all political at this point.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, and this is the problem with, you see a lot of these videos, and you wonder, well, how could these people just sit there and just video it and not do something, not help out? This is how.
Because you're going to end up spending life in jail. For possibility.
How has this guy been dealing with
this now? You're
going
to be ruined. I can't imagine. Yeah, the cost that it is. That's one reason to join an organization like USCCA or CCW or anything like that can help you with the cost. Because they'll ruin your life.
Yeah,
and they don't give a crap if these prosecutors don't care, district attorneys don't care if they're getting to the truth. They're just trying to build make their political careers better.
Yeah, I mean, they can get this guy, they can convict this guy, and it looks good on their record.
Yeah, so then it makes it more difficult for good people to step in.
Why would you? Why take a chance if it's somebody you don't know? You're going to protect yourself and your family. You're not going to step up and help somebody else, which is a terrible.
It's the right thing to do. It's why people do it, but then their lives are just turned upside down.
Yeah, I mean, even if they let's say in December they dismiss this case. Well, this guy's been going through this for a year now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just the stress, just mentally is
just because he was trying to help somebody, trying to help people.
Because he was stopping this guy from causing harm to other people.
Who was known to cause issues and assault people.
Guess who wasn't there to stop it?
Well, the police
was not there. They knew about the guy, and they weren't there to stop it. So the citizen had to do it. Now, if a cop had done it, it wouldn't be a problem.
Nope.
Most likely. Well, maybe.
No.
This time of day, you don't know. But anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, but I'm just.
But yeah, this guy having to struggle with it and having to deal with it, it's wrong. Our political system, our court system is all broke.
Yeah. So that's the update I had on him. Hopefully the December. We'll do another update in another podcast once we get that court filing, get his next court appearance, and see how that one goes.
Do we want to talk anything about what we did at Durange this weekend?
Oh yeah, we did. We mentioned our Instagram, so check out our Instagram. Yeah. Everything Guns _podcast.
Yep.
And Clear Creek Shooting. So.
Yep, we're on Instagram. We got a few videos posted. Got a couple videos of Jody. One
shooting from the hip.
Shoot from the hip, one-handed.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Shooting from the hip. Doing? What are you doing? I don't know how to explain what just happened.
My leg cramped.
Oh, God. I got an old man over here can't sit for 30 minutes without cramping up. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, so I did two draws. One shooting from the hip and one shooting two-handed. So check it out on Instagram. I think it's pretty cool. The time difference wasn't that much. There's a .86 shooting from the hip. And I actually shot it faster the other way, .82 shooting the other way. So we're going to try to load up some more videos as we do more things out at the range. And if you got anything you'd like to see, any drills you'd like to see us try, I think we'll do 4 aces next week. We might do some moving drills with some rifle stuff. But check out the Instagram. Follow us on Instagram at, like I said, Everything Guns _podcast and Clear Creek Shooting. So my tip of the week, my other host is trying to work out a cramp in his leg apparently from playing too much pickleball today. He's suffering over here. So my tip of the week is know your self-defense laws in your state. And I bring this up because there's been a recent case where another time where a guy had come to the aid of others. He went to a jury trial, first jury trial. He got a hung jury. It was basically 11-1 in favor of dismissal, but you had one juror that was really, he wouldn't go for the acquittal. So they had to do a retrial. Next trial, he got convicted. So he's now sitting in jail on appeal. The appeal is probably going to be successful, which is unusual for appeals. There apparently was a jury instruction that was not given by his defense lawyers on self-defense of others. So this is why I say you can't always count on your lawyers knowing self-defense law. So it's good to make sure if you're going to carry, you're aware of the self-defense laws in your state. Can you not reach your phone? Can you not bend down and pick up anything at this point?
I'm freaking dying.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
But anyway.
It ain't stopping.
Okay, I get it. You get anything else, or you just gonna sit there and I don't even know how to even explain what he's doing. My gosh.
Stretching out my hamstring. That's
All
what I
right,
do.
that's all I've got for today. So
Hey,
I think we're.
I thought you were gonna do a tip of the week.
I just did the tip of the week.
I'm in pain here.
Oh my gosh. Thanks for all of our listeners. Shoot us an email, info@clearcreekshooting33.com. Get you a free t-shirt. Let us know what you think of the podcast, and we'll send you out some swag. I think my wife's going to send our listener out of Kentucky more than just a shirt, some stuff from her Misty Made It stuff. So be pretty cool. But thanks. That's all I got. We are Everything Guns.
We're out.
Oh, wrong one.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying.